a lot of times people invest in the stock market for the first time. And if they put in 10 grand and then they put it in during a time when markets are going down and it goes from 10 to $9,000, you know, which is very common drop, a 10% drop, they would identify that with risk. My 10 went to 9 and that was risky. So let's just chat about that for a minute. There's a difference between that and then something that like literally went to 0 and evaporated overnight. And so how would you like, what are the, when someone says risk to you, like, is that risky, Matt? Are stocks risky? Like, how do you help someone define what risk means? Or like, how do you help them just understand, like, there's degrees of risk, or what you're calling risk might not even be called risk actually?
Yeah. I think this is one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to investing and thinking about money and all this kind of stuff. To your point, people bring up risk all the time, and I know they're saying risk, but what they're really saying is something else. So
yeah,
this is an example I use all of the time, where when we talk about risk, like with insurance, right? We use the same word when we talk about risk with insurance, like let's say life insurance.
Yeah. The risk of me dying or disability. Yeah.
We're using the word risk when it comes to insurance, right? Like insurability, like, you're insuring my life, right? And I'm also using the word risk when I'm talking about investing in a globally diversified portfolio of stocks.
Yes, right.
Those are not the same thing. Not even close, right?
No.
When I'm insuring my life, right, or you're insuring your life, it is a black and white risk, right? And an insurance company can measure that.
Oh yeah.
Right. They use what's called the law of large numbers. Like they've got actuaries behind closed doors. These, people that are looking at spreadsheets and like they can actually, it is a mathematically
definable
and
risk,
calculatable.
Yeah.
If that's a word.
It is now. Yeah.
Yeah. It is something you can define and calculate and measure over with enough people and enough time. Right.
Yep.
And so the risk
almost predictable. You could almost, without saying it's predictable, you could almost say it's predictable.
It is. No, it is. Like they can run calculations on this and say,
totally. Here's what's going to happen and
here's
with a
why
big enough group of people.
And here's why your premium is what it is. Because we know on the back end, we know how risky this actually is.
So you could say make the same argument for any casino, which we've been talking about lately.
Exactly.
They with enough law of large numbers, with enough sample size, they can say, we know what our risks are. So this is what we can pay out. These are the odds. Yeah. It's calculatable.
Yep, it's calculatable. And then if you compare that to when people say risk with investing, let's say vastly different, right? Most of the time, what they're actually saying, or what they're referring to, is like uncertainty. It's volatility.
Volatility. It's the discomfort of volatility.